Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing the second half of my What Sold, which will be for this past weekend, August 25th through the 27th, and my sales were good. They were okay. But the ups and downs, it gets frustrating. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday and I've made 3 sales today. But we went to an estate sale, y'all. I found St. John's for the first time. I got cashmere, 100% cashmere. I got linen. I got all kind vintage toys. So it was a really good sale. So hopefully some of that will be making it into a haul video here very soon. Yeah. Oh, and it was one of them was St. John Couture. I just know to look for St. John and not St. John Bay. But, all right. I had sales on my 3 platforms. Not Etsy. I am starting to put stuff back into Etsy just because it's about to be 4th quarter. And hopefully some of my higher dollar vintage stuff will sell on there. But I only sold like one thing on Posh. I went 9 days without selling anything on there. So, you know, we think eBay's rough right now. I think the other platforms are really, really struggling too. I just think right now people are just not spending. They're getting ready for school and a new season and Christmas. But hopefully come 4th quarter, they're going to be really getting ready for Christmas. But I think it's just tough right now. Tough. So we just gotta keep doing what we're doing. Keep doing. I am still plodding through stuff. I've been working on Monster High, y'all. I bought that Monster High months ago. And I've told myself I'm going to get these. I pick a few things out of something and then I set the rest aside. And I need to not do that. I need to list everything that's in that tote or discard it or donate it or something, but the piles have got to get under control. So that's what my focus has been. I spent one day just listing Christmas ornaments and action figures and patterns, just craziness. But I've been focusing on getting all of it done in one go. So, all right, let's see what sold last weekend. All right, one and only sale on Posh was this Country Squire men's sweater. I bought these probably last year. There was a big trend on these sweater vests, and I found some probably at the end of the trend, which is typical for me, and they have sat. But finally one of them sold for $15 on Posh. Then on Mercari, I sold this Commonwealth White Rabbit plush for $12. It's from 2010. A Russ Bear Santa Claus plush for $6 offer. Got to get some of this stuff that's been listed forever gone. And so if I get a low offer even on Mercari, I'm taking it. But y'all, this next sale was my best sale of the weekend. And it wasn't on eBay. It was on Mercari. And usually Mercari is like a lot of my low dollar sales, but this weekend they shined. I sold this lot of Hasbro Glo Worm Friends figures. This was from that high bid estate sale I won 2 years ago. There were more of these. At first I did a big lot of all of them. I don't remember. Lots of money it was listed for. And then I took it down because it wasn't selling and I was getting lowball offers. So then I listed them individually and sold a few. And then I thought, I'm just going to go ahead and lot what's left up and hopefully get them gone. And they sold on Mercari for $70 for 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. Wait, 7 of them. Can't count. 7. So $10 each. All right, eBay. Lots of clothes, y'all. That's why I've been really, really pushing to get more clothes listed. These are Levi's 505 men's jeans, sold for $14.68. If you're new to my channel, I don't do free shipping, so the buyer did pay extra for the shipping. Judy Blue, I'm pretty sure these were in that lot of clothes that I purchased. I want 70, 80 some pairs. I paid $150. That was where the Jenny Kane sweater was at that I sold recently for $200. But these Judy Blues sold for $18. I thought about keeping them for myself, but I changed my mind. I'm not into the distressed clothes. I'm old. It doesn't suit me. This is Fisher-Price Adventure People lion figure. I don't remember where this was. A lot of people might think that this is from the vintage Fisher-Price Little People, but it's not. It's from the the Adventure People. It sold for $7. This was from the red, white, and blue thrift store that I went to when I was up in Connecticut. This is a Will Bullis duck plush in a pink rabbit costume, sold for $10. It was in one of those bag lots. I think the bags were like $3.99 stuffed with plush. Blankets and Beyond, white rabbit, gray lovey, sold for $22.45. I pick up most loveys. Most are going to be bread and butter though. Now these I picked up at an estate sale probably 2 years ago. I went with my sister. I went twice. I went one day and I got all the things that I wanted, and then my sister and I went back on half price day and I picked up some more stuff. This is the second lot of these hair nets that I have sold. I think I had another set that was like for white hair. It sold probably in the last couple of months, and then these 6 sold for $27. I want to say I paid a couple dollars for a whole box of them. Now this I picked up at the St. Louis Bins, probably not this last trip, but the trip before. This was called Veritable Wax Cloth Fabric. I measured it out. It has sat probably almost 2 years maybe, and it finally sold $37. Now this is Interper flatware. The design was Florins. I decided this was kind of a lower dollar thing for me to do my sets of 4, so I just went ahead and left the whole lot together. The 21 pieces sold for $33, but we probably only paid a couple of dollars for it at a estate sale. Old Navy Sweetheart women's jeans sold for $10. They've been listed for probably 2 years, so again, I'm trying to get rid of the old stuff. I just hit 11,000 listings. Again, I accidentally deleted 200 listings, so it bumped me way back down again, and I've crawled back up to 11,000 now. Now this I picked up recently, I'm guessing at a yard sale. It is a Bear in the Big Blue House plush. He was one of the ones that should talk, but he wasn't working at all. There was very corroded batteries. So because it was in such great condition, I still listed it, making sure that I put not working in several key locations. When it did sell, I sent the buyer a message just reminding them that it didn't work. I didn't hear back from them, so I went ahead and shipped it. But even in non-working condition, it sold for $22.45. Gerber Orange Rabbit plush sold for $10. Fisher-Price Little People, I call these the heavies. They're just the newer ones. These are from 2016. Took a best offer of $6. Still not bad for $3 each for these little people that I don't pay very much for. Most of them come from the bins. But it reminded me, I think I counted before I started this video, you know, there's a lot of people who don't want to bother with listing stuff under a certain amount. So I went ahead and picked $10 for here because I sell a lot of stuff in that $8 to $12. I had 15 sales that I'm sharing with you that were $10 or less. If I hadn't been taking, listing stuff in that price range, I would have lost out on 15 sales over that weekend. So, bread and butter is definitely worth keeping in mind when you're finding stuff, especially if you know it's going to sell pretty quickly. Suvies is the brand of this. It is the Washington Beaver from 2007, sold for $8.02. I almost kept these. And after I listed them, I thought about ending it, and then they sold probably within a day. But these are Calia by Carrie Underwood. These are jogger pants. They also came from that clothing lot that I picked up with the Jenny Kane sweater. It sold for $15. Hug Fun. I like picking up that brand. It's comparable in value to like Kelly Toy in my mind, and quality. But for me, it's a good brand that tends to sell decently for me. This is a 7-inch polka dot dog, sold for $8.02. Walmart Blue Rabbit plush with satin ears. Anytime you have satin anything on a plush, make sure you put that in the listing. This one sold for $17.91. This is Mattel Barbie Baywatch Dolphin. It has like a little trigger on the bottom of it that makes it make like dolphin sounds. It was from 1994 and it sold for $10. More clothes. Jones New York jeans. Women's, sold for $14.32. We tend to pick up a lot of regular brand jeans. We pay $1 or $2 for them, and they sell for us, you know, 12, 15, 20 bucks. So, you know, I love that return on investment. They do well for us, and I encourage you to source the things that you can find a lot of in your area. I live in a very rural area. I'm not going to normally find a lot of these brands that recently I have started finding, but for the most part, we find just regular mall brands, and we're fine with that. This is Baby Gear, another lovey. It's a little white unicorn. It sold for $17.95. Folkmanis Apple Worm Finger Puppet, sold for $8. More pants. Gramici Men's Hiking Belted Pants. I got a lot of lowball offers on this, but somebody sent me a $36 offer, and I just decided to go ahead and, you know, accept their offer. $36 isn't bad for something we probably paid $1 or $2 for. These are vintage Levi's 512 slim fit women's jeans, $35.71. This came from that estate sale that I got to do the private pick in the home for. I want to say I paid like $400 and some for tons of vintage plush, a lot of them with their original paper tags, and I've made all my money plus now tons of profit off of it. This Walmart dog sold for $50. Disney The Incredibles. This is Dash 14.5 inch, sold for $10. This has been probably listed in the last year. It was oversized, and I'm trying not to buy so much of that, but I want to say I paid $1 or so at a yard sale. It is ThermoServe. It is one of those relish serving trays, sold for $15, but luckily RJ's grandma saves me boxes that she gets from like Amazon orders, and right on top of all of the boxes was one of those pig long short boxes, and it fit in perfectly with some air pillows. So I was thrilled because I kept thinking, what am I going to pack this in? What am I going to pack it in? But ended up being easy peasy. Wish Pets. It's a good brand, but I don't think it gets the love that I think it should. This is Snuggles Cat. It's calico from 2002. Sold for $16. I'm happy with that. Barnsey Bear. It is a exclusive bear of Barnes & Noble. 15 inch. Sold for $8.02. Gund, Supergirl, Bear. I think I've picked up Supergirl, maybe a Superman, and I think another character. I can't remember. There must be a whole series of them. 13-inch sold for $8.06. Kimochis, plush. They come with these little sacks, balls, not really like a beanbag thing, but just a little plush that has emotions. Like this one, I think it had mad and sad, and a lot of like preschool teachers or children with parents with children on the spectrum likes to use these because they're able to express themselves. And there's a whole series of these little plush that go inside of them. It sold for $18. Now, I picked this up recently at a yard sale. I paid $1. I want to say I picked up 4 or 5 different Transformers. One of them ended up being an off-brand. It wasn't Hasbro. But this was Red Beast Wars. And it sold for $19 very quickly. Enter American Products. This person kept sending me offers. And at first I kept countering up, but then I had to take my own advice. I always say this, go check the comps, and I'm not quite sure where I came up with this $22, which that was the markdown because it must have been listed before January, so it was down to $22. It was on sale for $20, but I couldn't find anything close to that dollar amount, so I must have just picked a price that was really high. So then I went ahead and accepted the $11 offer on that. Check comps when you're getting these offers, and check Terapeak especially, just to make sure you're not the one dragging the price down. Robert picked up I think it was a fill-a-box estate sale we went to, and I think it's the same place where he picked up a whole bunch of trains, and but they had like a card, like an office room, and it was fill a bag for like $5. He bought a bunch of playing cards. This is one of the ones I decided to list separately. It is TNN, the Nashville Network, sold for $8. We picked 2 pairs of these Adio skateboard sneakers up at a yard sale. I paid $5 for these, and then the other ones were unused, and I paid $20 for them. I still have those listed, but finally got an offer that seemed reasonable at this point of $35, so I went ahead and accepted it. Robert picked this up also at that private pick sale. There was a room upstairs that was not really toys. It was a lot of Christmas and other stuff. He ended up picking up like 5 boxes of these Eberhard Faber Mongol writing pencils. This is the first one to sell. I sold the 12, the dozen pencils for $22. Definitely check comps on vintage office stuff. Those handkerchiefs, y'all, I bought a bunch at a yard sale and listed some, sold quite a few, and then the rest just kept sitting in a basket underneath this desk over here. It goes back to I buy these bulk lots. I list a few, I get bored with it, I set it aside. And so I grabbed all of them out and I made lots and made myself process all of them. These had lots of condition issues. There was discoloration. There was a couple with holes. There was some that the hem had come out. I just decided to lay them all on our little board here, which worked out perfectly because they don't scooch, and just put prices on to get them gone. So these 20 handkerchiefs sold for $28. I think the same day I listed them. I've got to quit doing that. Little People, Farmer Eddie, and a little sheep. These are, I call these the skinnies. They're from later 2000s. This set must have sold after I had done an end and sell similar, and my sale hadn't started because they've been listed a little while. Sold for full asking price of $9.95. Backyardigans, definitely something to keep your eye out for. This was Uniqua by Fisher Price. She did make sounds, you know, talk and stuff like that. Worked. I have a video showing it working in the listing. Sold for $26.95. Animal Adventure. I like that brand. I tend to pick it up quite often, especially anything that's older, although this one's not. Time to do end and sell similar. That's my alarm. This is a 9-inch bunny from 2019. Sold for $10. These are Oneida. I think we picked these up recently. This is one of the ones that I divided it up into lots of 4. These are the salad forks, sold for $17.05. And last but not least, Pier 1 Imports. I tend to pick up most things. I just listed some stockings. I've got like knick-knack type stuff, plush, coffee cups. I tend to do really well with them. This was a cow plush 18-inch. Took a best offer of $12 on it. All right, that was my sales for last weekend. This week's been a little slow, y'all. Been a little slow. It's, you know, I'm going on vacation Friday too, so I cannot wait. Going down to see the tea and pickers and do some sourcing with them and just relax. So I'm looking forward to it. One more day of working. One more day. All right, y'all. Get to work. Bye.